today. From Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Purdy off the play fake. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he's going to be wrangled down quickly after the catch up at the 45-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He's going to try and take off with it. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Purdy now on 2nd down. Open man, the former Gator. It's Ricky Pearsall. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And they'll run it here. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on it. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes It's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, and he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? But a long one, and he can't connect. The numbers there for Connor in last week's game. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Now 3rd down and 7. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they still have some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Now remember, these two teams met in Glendale earlier in the season with the Cards coming out on top. So a win here in Santa Clara would give them the season series. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. That goes for 14 yards. 1st down, Cardinals. He'll look to throw. Able to get this one to McBride. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Connor up the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. Again, a run with Connor. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. James Conner with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Cards will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their 2nd drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They need 12 here. It's third down. Purdy now to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll be out right at the 35. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A spin. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. James Conner and the Cardinal offense ready to get back to work. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
It's a gain of 34.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Pass to the right, and he's got McBride. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that?
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Incomplete. You look at this Arizona defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 18. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
25 yards that time. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And this is caught at the 8. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there, with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals are able to widen their advantage. Now the try here for the point after. He's got it, and it's 17-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And the Cardinals cap it with a So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The 49ers settling in for their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Purdy's throw complete here to Ayuk. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way, because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Cardinals have got it. Down the numbers. There he goes. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. A fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And it wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
The Cards going nickel, an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Purdy looking to throw. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. It's taken to the 26. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It's actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
They run behind center with Connor. And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. 2nd and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46 on the handoff. Connor, and he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That is caught downfield by Harrison. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr., 45 yards. And the Cardinals are able to add on to their first half lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. And they'll go on the ground. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And he's going to be taken down, but flags all over the field, and I don't think this is going to stand. So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 14. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
They'll look to throw. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd have the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Fights through and now a crease. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 18 yards, first down Niners. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And Kittle going to have a 49ers first down as he'll take this down inside the 45. They run with McCaffrey off the option. They're down to the 41.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. From the 41, here's a 2nd and 8. Purdy. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
The Niners on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Connects with Kittle underneath. And a big hit there. That was a man coming with bad intentions. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And they will remain well behind.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
Going for the deep ball. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent, and sometimes spectacular.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Out to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Purdy. The tight end, Kittle, has it on the left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Purdy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 44-yard line. He's going to use his legs here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's complete to Pearsall. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and they will remain well behind. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's got this down to the 35. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 52 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Nolan Smith. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. They'll look to throw here. Buying time to his left. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. 26 yards. And the Cardinals have got it on cruise control. Well, I'll say one thing, Charles. You're getting really good practice here in breaking down touchdowns. What did you see there?
Well, the same thing I've seen over and over and over in this first half. My scintillating analysis, Brandon, this offense is absolutely taking no prisoners.
Point after try forthcoming. And the route is on here in this first half. That time a 6-play drive. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit. And then in hide and seek.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Inside the 10. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. Here's Purdy. Throws right back to London, complete again. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Brock Purdy keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Niners are able to claw one back. Extra point splits the uprights. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Here is third down and 4.
Wait. 16's coming. Check line. Drill, 52.
Now back to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Come on, set. Yellow, 43.
They're going to try and throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Purdy looking to throw on first down here. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Throwing here, Purdy gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Play action. Now Purdy. Touchdown 49ers. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Niners are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And they get a bit of a respite. Dreadful first half of football. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on. And this time he is in. Yes. A great play there. With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Got a man, that's Ayuk. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw, Purdy. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at about the 28. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Now the try here for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And it's the Rams who have the lead in the second quarter. Kyron Williams with 2 touchdowns there. Next, we'll move from Southern California to Southern Nevada as we head over to check on the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. A touchdown catch there for DeAndre Hopkins. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Jared Goff. We watched the veteran James Conner put together a very solid first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. Now a first carry for their fullback.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
I don't know about you, partner, but on second and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 55 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll roll him out right. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
16's coming, check right, check right.
He'll drop to throw. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Connects with Kittle underneath. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Purdy's throw taken in by London. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Operating from the gun. Purdy. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Now 2nd and 3. They run with McCaffrey off the option. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield. And
oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Purdy got a man. It's London. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they'll run it here. No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 4. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line. This offense #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. They go play action here on first down. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A good pickup there, a 22.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
I think that's a good example of why they've been successful this year. They're fearless on any down.
And it's interesting that this year I asked an NFL head coach about being fearless and going for it on 4th down. And he said, people have to understand, there's fearless and there's reckless. I try not to be reckless when I make a decision to go for it on 4th down. In this case, fearless wins.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job. stopping him there on first down.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Cards are pouring it on. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. Now the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Purdy. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee, because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and a mile. Shotgun now with Purdy. Into the hands of London. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That's taken on the 25. 44-yard punt, return of 9.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now.
CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Charles are still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Thompson Robinson now.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Thompson Robinson will look to throw. Pass complete there to Harrison.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 19. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives them a 1st down.
Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out.
And the Cardinals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. On first down, Purdy. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Purdy now to throw. And caught by London. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me,
a battle for it, and it's intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, a 2-play drive resulting in the field goal. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Connects with Kittle underneath. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to throw. Purdy. Pass caught by Pearsall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Purdy. A throw left side for Pearsall is complete. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down. Purdy will look to throw again here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the 2nd time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
43.
On first down, Thompson-Robinson. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively. And second down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 97 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the touchdown. Cardinals. A great play there. 61 yards. And the Cardinals are going to be moving on to 12-0 as they extend their lead further. How about the vision on the run here? This one's intended to just be a straight dive up the middle. But once he gets through traffic, he sees that the open space is to the outside, so he's just going to angle himself out wide and win the race to the pylon.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Purdy looking to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. Looking to throw. Purdy connects with Kittle underneath. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And Kittle going to have a 49ers first down as he's going to get this down to the 45-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 32-yard line. Purdy. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, caught by London. And the Niners are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Check 91. 91 is the Mike 91.
Now Purdy. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
And when you run a drag route like this down near the goal line, you're hoping maybe you get an inadvertent pick to set your man free. A lot of people call them natural screens, but this was well defense, and they stopped him for just a short game.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Bates' kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
Now Thompson Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Third and 5. Play action, now Thompson Robinson. That is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The 49ers offense now. They work their way back onto the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that will bring up second down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. He finds his man, complete. That's Harper. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Cards, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.